Okay, welcome back everybody. Just wanted to give a quick update on the last video that I did with the the TI 46DX 280. It is now complete, and it is a lot of fun. I'm going to hold on to this one for a while. Actually, the reason for this video today is in part due to that computer. Because it had a WDC 30 series controller. I don't know, I didn't write the number down completely, but it doesn't seem like a very good VESA local bus card. But it has a 2 meg expansion, and I think it already has 70 nanosecond RAM on it. So, I have a Tseng 4000. I don't know how to pronounce that, but basically one of these in VESA local bus format with 2 megs of 60 nanosecond RAM in my 486, and I'm trying to build the Awesomeness 386, which is a video that I will do properly. I will go back to my editing it out and not doing it live routes. That's probably going to be sometime in the summer between engine swaps. No idea. Anyways, what got me going on that was that I was reading up on the Tseng card. Somebody said that a Trident TVGA 8900D was faster than a Tseng. And I was like, I always heard these cards were crap. And indeed, I have done some preliminary tests, which I will just take my word for it. These are the results that I've written down on a piece of paper. First, the machine that they were done in is a DLC, a TI 46 DLC E40GA. I think this one has 1K of L1 cache on it, 8 megs of RAM, super conservative BIOS default settings, nothing overclocked, nothing like that. And it had the 8900D in it. No, C. I don't remember what it had in it. The D or the C, whatever. One of them was in there. And I had both of them. I pulled this one out of another machine, and I was like, okay, you know what? Why don't I just do some benchmarks? And I did some benchmarks with Doom. The Time Demo 3 and Doom 1. So, prepare yourselves, because the results are that this card, a Trident 8900D, with 80 nanosecond memory, 1 meg of it, 15.4 frames per second on this machine. The 8900C, also with 80 nanosecond, 1 meg of memory, 10.1 frames per second. With a venerable Tseng 4000, ET4000AX, otherwise known as the Diamond Computer System SpeedSTAR24, which I'm still trying to figure out if there's a weight state problem here with this jumper. I'm waiting on an answer, or I'm just going to switch it over and see what happens. Whatever. This is the DBIOS, or the BIOS version 5.00. This card got a 12.9. So 15.4 for the D. I don't know. Kind of weird. And inside the machine, I already have a Mach 64 with 2 megs of RAM and 60 nanosecond RAM, same as the Tseng. These are both 60 nanosecond components. 12.88. Okay, so 12.9 for the Tseng, 12.88 for the... You're not going to notice a difference. But still, okay, we're just going to round that up to 13, and that's 15.4. I needed to do some more tests, so I got whatever software I can tack onto this machine and got it working. So we're going to fire up the machine now. Move the camera over there and turn off the light that's blinding it. Is it this one? It is this one. So that one goes off. Oh, before we do that, let me just clear these video cards. This is easy for you to see. It's very hard for me to see. I'm going to do a quick reset, just so we can go in the BIOS and get the baseline parameters, which we have here. That is very, very hard for me to see. Okay, nothing in here. Actually, I'm going to switch that back to... Actually, this computer has a weird issue where the external BIOS battery just doesn't seem to hold a charge, so I'm going to have to resolder that lithium-ion to the internal battery. In any case, advanced chipset setup. So we have a cache read option of 3-2-2-2. I don't know if you can see that, it's right there. Cache write 2 wait states, DRAM wait states, 2 wait states, CPU clock divided by 5, IO recovery times 7/3. Conservative. None of these, nothing shadowed except for COOO, C3FF, and F segment. I actually don't know what that means, but it is. That's it. These are the baseline. The good thing about this is any tweaking that would have been done would have went right back down to stock because of the weird CMOS battery. I wouldn't say that's a problem. I just call it an issue, I guess. All right, so we're going to boot it up with the ATI Mach 64 in place. And we are going to run, there's only 2 tests I can get running on this. So VidSpeed is a RAM addressing test. It's, yeah, that one. Okay. So we got 386 because it is. With VGI ATI Tech 1 meg, it's 2 meg. SysCheck does report it has, not SysCheck. NSSI does report it as 2, and so does HW Info. But anyways, I'm going to write this down. Of course, on the smallest piece of paper that I could possibly find, because why the hell not? All right, ATI. So we have a VidSpeed of 12716 bytes per ms. Normal RAM. Okay, that's the first test. Second test. C3D bench doesn't work. I don't know why. This is a weirdo machine as well, so I probably should have been doing this in a 486, but this is the first computer I could reach from under the stairs over there that has a DOS, or not a, whatever. It's an ISA system, so. So bench, yeah, it gives some weird ass errors. The first error it gave was it didn't have a coprocessor installed or something, so I put one in and then it just gave a different error. So I'm like, you know what? I don't know. That's fine. But 3D bench is on here, which will measure the FPS adequately. And then none of these links are in the description, but they will be. I will have to manually type all this stuff back in there and make it available. So if you're watching now and you're not seeing it, because it's live. And the final result is 20.6. All right. 3D bench 20.6. Okay, so we're going to turn this off. Turn this light back on. Actually, no, we don't even need to do that. All right, we're going to pop the card out. So this is, in case you haven't seen one of these, it's pretty cool. It's a Mach 64, one of the latest ISA. What am I doing? One of the latest ISA cards that they had with a Mach 64 on there. So all the, I don't know if they're called codecs or whatnot, but you know, all the most up-to-date information that you could get on this card was out there. And these were released in, so the date code on it. Some of these chips were made in the 49th week of 93, so yeah, like late 93, early 94. It's got a Siemens Thompson RAM DAC. Weirdly placed. I've never seen them that close to the bus chips, but anyways, yeah, I found this actually in this machine when I got it. I was like, wow, I didn't even know they made a Mach 64 for the ISA bus. I had a nice Mach 32 with 2 megs of NVRAM. I actually still have it. I'm trying to get into contact with there's a local computer museum here that has, that's actually my workplace has one. And to give it to them, they traded for some Hyperion discs, boot discs. I couldn't get that sorted out yet, but yeah. So I'm gonna give them my old broken Mach 32 for display purposes. Sad state of affairs. But NVRAM is not really good for DOS, and these systems that I'm building for are going to be mostly for DOS gaming. So, okay, we're firing up the computer here with nothing. What's going on? What's broken? Card is in. Power's in. Okay, I don't know, something weird. It's powering up now with the 8900C. So this should be the least performant card of them all. And indeed, the DOS, the Doom tests ran it at 10.1 frames per second. Okay, so we're going to do VidSpeed first. We probably should have made batch files. Oh, well, that's the same. Huh. Uh, 8900C 12716. So I think what's happening here is that it's just the bus is becoming the limit. Because if you have one of the faster cards and one of the slower cards showing the same thing, that's probably the case. So we're going to just go right ahead and move on to 3D Bench, which will give a much more accurate description of what the hell is going on here. All right, Bench. Let's do this. This should be catastrophically slow if the Doom readout, the Doom test was to be believed. Again, this is 80 nanosecond memory, so I'm not expecting anything huge to come out of this. However, the fastest card also has 80 nanosecond memory. 17.2, okay, that's actually not too bad. Okay. I'm going to pop that card out. 8900C. And what did we test so far? The ATI. And let's just put the cards we tested over here. Cards we did not test over here. All right. The ET4000AX, which is what everybody swears by these. And honestly, I have a VLB format of something I found. These are both cards I found in computers. I didn't buy them; they just came to me with some old lots that I bought, and I was like, "Oh, cool!" And I mean, not that I wasn't impressed with them, but I'm starting to think that the Cirrus Logic built-in video card in my Nixdorf is also bus limited. So there's no real need to have such a ridiculously powerful card inside that computer. So henceforth, these benchmarks, at least on this hardware. So we know, because this is probably one of the fastest ISA systems you can get. Of course, if you wanted to, increase the timings, you'd probably squeeze a little bit more out of it. But we're going to go with conservative timings because A, that's what it defaults to, and B, well, I guess tweaking all of them would kind of bell curve everything up anyway. So. Actually, I think the last card I'm going to put in here with the D, maybe we'll do an experiment. We'll change. What we'll do is we'll officially write down the numbers on the stock settings, and then let's see what we can do with it afterwards. So, because it is the fastest card, that's hilarious. All right, VidSpeed is going to probably be the same. Yep. 12716. I'm going to stop writing it down because it's going to be all the same. All right, 3D Bench then. I'll write it down for posterity anyway. All right. The hell's in there now? Okay. $20.6. So just the same as the ATI, which actually is, I mean, based on the Doom figures here, the ET4000 that Tseng did 12.9, the Mach 64 did 12.88. So, I mean, really, you're not going to notice a difference there. All right, back to our apparently best contender. Get that out of there. And yes, the 8900D. So we're gonna get some date codes off this. There's some sort of IC here that, well, it's a dip package. 43rd week of 93. So that's, yeah, it's end of 93. Interesting. The BIOSes are from 1990. Oh, okay. So I guess this is the RAM DAC. 9333. Cool. Mid 93. Wow, I was 11. Was it 11? Yeah, I can do my math properly. I was 11. Grade. Oh, that's not a good sound. I wasn't seated correctly. Okay. All right, and that is going to be 89. 89. You know what? Actually, just going to reset it for a second here. No. Right at the top there, this one said 32-bit bus DRAM. All that. The C didn't say that, so 8900D. Okay, we're going to do the vid test because we're going to do the vid test, and everybody already knows the results of that, so. VidSpeed. Yeah, same thing. All right, 12716. 3D bench then. Okay, so this should blow away everything else. With 80 nanosecond RAM. Well, I'm laughing now, but let's see what happens first here. The spinning XT computer with the nice Model F keyboard going. $22. Oh, all right. That's amazing. All right, 3D bench. That is, I mean, expected at this point, but hilarious. We got a full 1.4 frames per second over an ET4000 and a Mach 64. That's fucking hilarious. All right. Anyways, since do we have a little bit of more time? We do. I'm not in a hurry. We'll restart this heap and just like take all the timings down, get the ISA bus ramped all the way up, and let's see what we can do with this. I'm not going to be doing this with every card, just this one. My furnace came on, and I've got a bunch of wobbly lines here. Huh, interesting. Actually, you know what? That's interesting that it does that, because none of the other cards did. So maybe there's a trade-off here. All right, what are we doing here? Auto config disabled cache read option. 0 wait states. 0 wait states. AT clock select. CPU clock divided by 5. So what the hell? 40 divided by 5 is 8. Let's do a little bit better. By 4 is 10. Let's start with 10 megahertz. Let's start with 10 megahertz and see what happens. Will it even post? This is an excellent machine to do it on because you got to turn it off, wait a little bit, and turn it back on again. So, yeah. We got our results here. I'm not going to do the Doom FPS thing because it just takes too long. I mean, I'll do it off cam maybe. All right. 3D Bench will be the only one we're doing then. All right, so let's see if that makes a difference. I'm going to write it down anyways because, sure, why not? What were our timings? 10 megahertz for the AT bus, 0.8 states. And what do we got? 22.7, so it went up by 0.7 FPS. Okay, let's see if we can push that a little bit more. 22.7 FPS. Okay. I'll just hit the good old reset button on the computer here. Lines are weird, man. What's going on with that? Advanced chipset setup. So we're going to do divided by 3. So what's 40 divided by 3? It's like 13, 26, 39. Okay, it's about just under 13 megahertz on the ISA bus. We'll try that. Oh, crap. There's a refresh cycle that was slow. You know what? I'm going to leave it. I'm going to leave it. You don't want to shotgun approach this. This has got to be a very scientific method is being used here. As you can tell, this is a very scientific area. We've got a tool to wrap screening with. Nice. Okay. And like screen as in like screening from mosquito screening. That's what's on my workbench right now. Very scientific. All right. What are we doing? Let's see how much of a difference that made. So we're running the ISA bus at apparently just under 13 megahertz here. $22.5. It went down. All right, the ROI has been reached. For shits and giggles, I'm gonna just push it a little bit more. There is a sound card in here. I don't know if the sound card interferes with the bus in that particular way. Actually, maybe it might be wise to see if the sound still keeps up at this. Oh shit! Reset. But yeah, I think the diminishing returns have been reached here. So. It's not a nice. It's almost an FPS. So let's have a look at that again, and we'll just. That's risky. The bus is running at 20 megahertz. What other options do I have? Do I have a 2.5? Oh, I can set them. I can set them with megahertz. That is okay. Whatever. You know what? That's the lowest. Okay, I don't even know if this is gonna work. Let's see what happens. Okay, bus is running at 20 megahertz. What's in here, anyways? We have a bus mouse controller, a modem, CT4170, and it's giving me the bird. I think the I/O controller can't handle this kind of speed. So. Gonna have to turn that right back down again. Okay, well, I mean, there's no point in turning it back. That's the end of the video, I think. So I'll post the results up later on. Probably, actually, right now, I'm just gonna go see what's going on up there. But yeah, so we got the results here. The end results are that the 8900D, which is in the computer right now, is actually kind of kicking ass. kind of kicking ass here, at least with 3D Bench and the Doom. Oh wait, you know what? We can maybe do another Doom test. Let's do another Doom test on the last setting that worked, which was what was it, 13 megahertz? 13? Just under 12? Okay. Let's do that. If you guys are keen to stick around, if not, just close it now and I'll post the results up. But if not, we're going to do a live Doom test. I'll turn this one particular light off again. All right. I don't even know where the game is in here. I think it's in Games. Doom 1, Doom. Okay, what is it? Time demo. Demo 3. Okay, and these were the last known good results that this board could actually boot up. Because you saw what happened when I pushed the bus to 20 megahertz. It just said, no way, man. So sound is kind of, it's just how it is, right? I mean, it's pretty horrific. I mean, when I actually play the game, it's not this bad. I don't know what the parameters are for this, but like all the sound is on. Obviously, you have the HUD up, so there's conflicting information out there that you should do the time run in full screen, or I mean, I've never played the game with full screen. I always need to have my stats up. So the point of contention, I'm not arguing with it. This is just this is me screwing around on a Sunday afternoon in my basement on a 20, 30-year-old piece of hardware. So yeah, you know what? Just shoot me up in the comments if you have any problems with that, I guess. But what are we looking to beat? We are looking to beat 8900D. We're looking to beat 15.4. So I'm going to have to do some calculations. We're ready the calculator as we speak here. So the formula is like 35 times 2134. I don't know why that number just isn't combined. I got it off the net. I don't know. I'm not a graphics designer, nor am I a programmer. I mean, I programmed stuff in the past, but I mean, TTL logic mostly. In any case, let's hope this video ends soon because I can hear my kid getting antsy upstairs. So you might get interrupted. Ooh, a red light flicker. What will the video look like through a red lens? Cool. Double it up. More red. Cool. I use these filters. These are gels. Oh, anyways, I'm going to stop talking. 4360 real ticks. Okay, so I'm going to just divide that really quickly. 360. 17.1. Okay, so with those, with that timing on the bus raised to 13, just under 13 megahertz, we're getting an increase of the 1.7 FPS, so back up to 17.1. So that's actually pretty cool. Well, the card can handle it, but I think what cut out was the I/O controller. But anyways, so yes, that is it. At the end of the day, in this particular configuration, in this particular system, the 8900D is actually the card to have. So, yeah, I'll leave you with that. Good night and good day.